name I gave myself, by the way. So I've got 2 poems for you. The first one's about a band. The air hangs low, catching the brows of 100 punks hidden beneath huge mops of unkempt hair. A thick drone soaks the floor in static, shivering up the shins and into the lungs of every single kid and throwing up their mouths open wide and bursting into song. Rather be dead than alive by your oppression. The crowd swells and sweat drips from the ceiling, stinging every pair of eyes, straining to see through waves of bodies, surfed upon by those who'd made the pilgrimage, who'd reached the mother stage. Manifestos inked on skin, glinting in dim light, reading, rather be dead than alive by your design. A mass of disenchanted youth congregating on a moment of perfection, indulging in one single moment of beautiful freedom, and in that one moment they realise that this is all it takes. And all that is needed is 100 mouths fighting to make their voices heard. Rather be dead than alive by your social values. Police bands cleave crowd like fresh meat, flashlights glinting through dancing squares of space amongst the melee of cargo pants and ripped up shirts and heart and soul and love, and from somewhere else echoes the desire of a million gone to sing. Rather be dead than alive by your tradition. The barrier breaks. A tangled wall of limbs is shattered by blue uniforms, jacks are pulled from amps and feedback dies. Instruments are struck at blindly and the echo is silent. But for a moment, perfection trembles. And then from the silence, it soars. But I'd rather be alive. Rather be alive. Rather be alive. Rather be alive. 14 years later, and dust rises above weathered heads, kicked up by feet clambering towards metal barriers. Tired cheeks house eager eyes that fleet between kids now grown, between adults and curious offspring through which still beats the same life, the same hope, the same sense of knowing that tingles at the back of every brain, waiting, waiting, waiting. The calm before the storm sits upon the echoes of a disinherited generation, and now the air changes. It grows, and it mushrooms, enveloping the crowd with a power reawakened, stirred from dusty slumber in record players and memories. It grows until 1,000 lips tremble, until 2,000 eyes water, and until the hairs of 4,000 limbs stand to attention. This is the silence before the storm, ready to ignite. It has been ready for 14 years. It has been ready to poison fingers. It has been ready to burn out eyes. It has been ready to cut up throats. It has been ready to feel alive. As the night descends, as the dust settles to reveal 1,000 souls caked in mud, as life stands, kneels, jumps and screams more defiantly than it has ever done before, as the last of the feedback dies, it becomes so obvious. Refused were never fucking dead. Refused were never a band. Refused were never 5 men with 5 instruments. Refused were never a manifesto. Refused were never fucking dead. Refused were us. And we were refused. We had refused to stay quiet, refused to fall apart. We had been given the choice in face of tradition, in face of social values, in face of design, in face of oppression. We had been given the choice between death and something much, much bigger. And with each and every one of our voices, tears choking our lungs, and with each of our tattered hearts safely pinned to our wrists, we answered in unison. We would rather be alive